Welcome back to IB Psych SL,
Today we're continuing our research method series,
and this one's all about observations.
aka watching people very carefully for signs.
So, what exactly is an observation in psychology?
It's when researchers watch and record behavior in a systematic way,
The goal is to understand how people naturally act.
without interfering too much.
Observations help psychologists study real behavior in real settings.
Especially when experiments would be artificial or unethical.
And in IB psychology, you can use observations to understand how people interact, think, or behave socially.
They add realism and ecological validity to research. You need to know these 5 types of observations for your exams. Behavior is observed in real environment.
Like a school, playground, or public space,
High ecological validity.
but less control.
The setting is structured or controlled.
Not a lab experiment, but the researchers set up the situation.
More control, but behavior might be less natural.
The researcher joins the group they're studying.
For example, joining a class to observe student interactions,
Great insight.
but risk of researcher bias.
The researcher stays outside the group.
Just watching from a distance,
Less bias.
but also less detail. For over-observation, people know that they're being observed.
And that might change their behavior, like demand characteristics.
Covert observations are when people don't know they're being observed.
That means more natural behavior, but bigger ethical concerns.
A classic example is Bandura's Bobo doll experiment.
This is where researchers observe children's aggression after watching adults behave aggressively.
They use structured observations to record behaviors like hitting, kicking, or shouting.
Here's why observations are useful. There's high ecological validity, they're great for studying social behaviors, and can capture real spontaneous actions.
And they're helpful when experiments aren't practical.
But they're not perfect. They're hard to control variables, possible researcher bias, and over-observations can influence behavior.
And covert ones raise ethical issues. In IB, observations help support theories and sociocultural approach,
Like conformity, social learning, or group dynamics.
and understanding them helps evaluate research methods in paper 1 and 2.
Basically, you need to know this.
And this is your overview of observations in IB psychology.
Next up, we'll look at another essential research method you must know.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. We need to be put in a lab. Me! But they're not perfect.